Hello everyone, and welcome to RBC Sports, your home of the Konami RegoLiga. Today we bring you Matchday 14, as Insula FC face Villager FC in what promises to be a fascinating encounter. Both clubs are fighting for crucial points in this season's title race, and with the table so tight, every match now feels like a final. Alongside me in the studio is our lead analyst, Callow. Callow, this is a big one. What are you expecting today?
It certainly is, Gaius. This match could have huge consequences for both teams. Insula FC have been one of the most consistent sides in the league so far, organized, disciplined, and extremely hard to break down. But Villager FC arrive with momentum. They've shown they can score goals against anyone in this division. And if they get an early breakthrough today, Insula could be in trouble. This feels like a clash between control and chaos, Insula's structure versus Villagers' attacking freedom. Whoever wins this battle in midfield will most likely control the game.
Thanks, Callow. All signs point to a thrilling contest here on Matchday 14. Can Insula FC keep their title push on track, or will Villager FC cause a major upset? It's time to find out. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the action. Insula FC versus Villager FC, live on RBC Sports.
Hello everybody and welcome here for the coverage here for the Konami RegoLiga for Insula FC and Villager FC. As this is the first matches, by the way, of the RegoLiga since we had the cup action from last week. But now the two teams play each other, as these two sides are obviously currently in a relegation sort of scrap. Obviously Insula FC are points adrift away from the relegation drop. But Villager, however, they're in big trouble inside the relegation zone. So as of for Insula FC, they do have up front, we've got Doran, we've got Abu Bakr, Lakonga, Barrios, Quintero as well, Baldwin, Gerardinus as well, Augustinson in defence. Still a good side. Villager as well, Vardy, Processor, Papat, Cesario, Party, Tormentum, Veretti, Romanus as well in defence. So there's still, good players in the Villager team. Will be definitely come out here and try and do something here to stop Insula. And let's get to the game right now for kickoff up for grabs between Insula and also Villager FC. Now Nicholas Harris. Now to Albert Sami Lakonga. Now Harris now to Lakonga, now the ball. Now Harris now crossing, header, ooh, very close. Massive chance though for the goal to actually happen. In that sort of chance there for them to score. Brilliant cross, header right there from Abu Bakr. But unfortunately that has gone wide for a goal kick here for Villager FC. And now Romanus, now the ball, now is Tormentium, now to Steve Processor, now Harris, now is Babat, now to Adam Tormentum, now Steve Processor, and now all the way now to Veretti, now Michael Veretti, now the ball, now to Andreas Chiverio now Barrios. And now here's Doran. He's just through here. And he hits into the goal. And Doran placed the ball into the bottom corner as Insula FC lead the game. Yeah, what a finish. A great goal, by the way. He took it all upon himself and he placed that ball into the bottom corner as Insula FC lead the game by 1-0 in the match. Yeah, great goal. It was actually Dorian scored that goal, by the way. I thought it was Abu Bakr, but got mixed confusions. But the Colombian striker scored for Insula FC, and they lead the game by 1-0. and obviously expect that Villager will be the second favourites in this match against Insula FC, and they seem like they're not doing as great anyway in the matchup here. They're playing very good possession against Villager. Now Thomas Partey, now is Per Sessio, now all the way to Barrios, no Chirerio now the ball. Now Partey won the ball back here, now lost it, now all the way to Dorian. Now Dorian now to Abu Bakr, has a hit and he scores. And now this time around, finally we know the name. Vincent Abu Bakr scores the second goal for Insula FC. What a goal there from Insula team. They got themselves in, let's say, a goal into the game to make it 2-0 to extend the lead. Is brilliant, by the way, to extend the lead here. And they've done it very nicely. Nice little place into that goal. Right into that bottom corner. And that was unbelievable right there. And the score is 2-0 for Insula FC. Now Andres Chiverio now the ball. Now Vardy. Now Chiverio now to Michael Verratti. Now Verratti now to again Abu Bakr. And now is all the way to Doran now. Has a shot but save into the keeper's hands. A great unbelievable run. And he tried to score there, Doran. And a save right there for the goalkeeper of Villager. Now crossing now from Quintero. Now all the way now to Abu Bakr. Now is again now Barrow Diarma. Now Diarma now the ball now to Vincent Abu Bakr. Now Dorian. Abu Bakr shot, could have been 3-0, it could have been nearly half time, by the way. And there you have it for the break for half time. And the score of the break ends as Insula FC 2, Villager FC 0. And now we are back now into the second half, and here we go. As Insula FC extend the lead by 2-0 in the game. Now Vardy. Now all the way now to Barrios. Now is Ganas now the ball. Looking for options here. Great pass there to Abu Bakr. Now all the way to Thomas Partey. Now Partey now to Vardy. Now the foul, by the way. Foul's being given. And the referee right there gives a, let's say, a warning right there, by the way, for Augustinson for Insula FC. There is a free kick, by the way, for obviously Insula. I think Vardy got a challenge onto him. I thought it was a foul for Insula's player, but it wasn't. But play on, says the ref, for a free kick here for Insula now. Now Michael Verratti. He's just holding the ball here, just calmly, very confidently as well. And now is Siriario now. Now is Garlandus. Now Quintero. Now Quintero now. Now header. Now Adam Tormentum. Now all the way to Albert Lokonga. Now Barrios. Now is Abu Bakr. Now Partey. Now all the way to Quintero now the ball. Now Roger Gunness. Header now. Now to Abu Bakr. Abu Bakr now running through. Now Andres Chiverio. And now all the way to Steve Processio, and he hits it in the goal. And the score is 2-1, and looks like Villager are sort of getting back in the match. Great finish, by the way, into the goal. And there you have it. What a finish, what a goal. Amazing finish though, a pass from Vardy to Steve Processia, and he put himself on the score sheet to get themselves back in the game slightly. They're still behind, but at least they've got a little bit of something though. So 2-1 the score, by the way, in the game. So El Shaarawy now comes obviously on the field, and Baro Diarma will come off the field as a substitute here in the game for Insula FC. So the score is 2-1, by the way. Now throw. Now ball win. Now is Galandius. Now the ball. Now Augustinson. Now Abu Bakr. Now hold the ball nicely here for the team here. Nearly over, by the way. Full time nearly. So we've got 2 minutes left of the game to go. Now Vardy. Now Processia. And he scores. Steve Processia makes it 2-2. And now the game might come to a draw instead. What a comeback from being behind by 2-0 away from home, but clinch an away point over against here Insula FC is a massive big comeback in the game here, as Processia scores and beat past the goalkeeper, and now the score is 2-2. Yeah, 2-2 the score, by the way. And that's going to be a wrap of that game so far here for the end of the game here for full time. The score at full time ends is 2-2 as the score.
Welcome back to RBC Sports, where it is finished here on Matchday 14. Insula FC 2, Villager FC 2. An action-packed encounter that had goals, momentum swings, and late drama right until the final whistle. Callow, what a game! How did you see it?
It was exactly the kind of match we hoped for, Gaius. Intense, unpredictable, and full of quality. Insula FC controlled large spells of the game, but Villager FC refused to be beaten. Every time Insula looked like they were pulling away, Villager found a way back. This draw shows why both of these teams are so dangerous in the RegoLiga. Insula showed their structure and discipline, but Villager showed heart, creativity, and belief. In the end, a point each is probably a fair reflection of what we saw on the pitch.
So after a dramatic 2-2 draw between Insula FC and Villager FC, let's take a look at how the action unfolded. Here are the highlights from Matchday 14 on RBC Sports.
And then a great hold up here for Wilhover Knights. Now Barrios the ball here, all the way to Malcolm. And then Malcolm found a great pass to David. And then David slots the ball home to put Wilhover Knights in the lead against AFC Richmond. And then, however, a great hold up here from Sam Asania for AFC Richmond to try and get the goal here for them. And he did that nicely, placed into the bottom corner as AFC Richmond make it 1 apiece in this game over Wilhover Knights. And also a big run here for Wilhover Knights to score another goal in the game here to make it 2-1. Within 3 minutes straight after when Richmond scored, Gabriel Barbosia puts Wilhoven back in front in the matchup, and the score is 2-1 to Wilhover Knights. And then a great run here from Janus Tardus here for AFC Richmond to put themselves back level in the game. And now it's 2-2 in the matchup as Janius Tata scores. And now it's 2 apiece. And a great run here for Wilhoven Knights to win the ball back away from AFC Richmond as Mark Roker lost it there all the way to Jonathan David. Great pass there for Gabriel Barbosia. Holds the ball nicely here for Wilhoven Knights. And then all the way to Jonathan David to place that ball into the bottom corner. And now it's 3-2 to Wilhoven Knights. And what a great display here for Wilhoven, as now it is 3-2 here against AFC Richmond. And then Argimentum, great pass there to David, all the way to Barbosia. Had his shot saved. And then again, Barbosia shoots and he puts it into the bottom corner. As now it is 4-2 to Wilhoven Knights in the game. As they now extended the lead in the matchup very nicely. As Wilhoven Knights, great chance to score, but saved, rebounded back again to Barbosia, hits in the bottom corner, and now it's 4-2. And the full-time score, ladies and gentlemen, ends here on Matchday 14 as Wilhoven Knights won the game by 4-2 over AFC Richmond. And a great run here from Sporting Laurentius in the matchup. As a great finish right there from Mason Greenwood to slot that ball home into the bottom corner. As now New Forest Vikings lead the game by 1-0. An unbelievable cross here in the game as Albert Hadius there crossing to Adam McKenzie, and then Mason Greenwood got there and he hit the ball into the goal, and now Mason Greenwood puts the Vikings extend the lead now by 2 goals, and also 2 for that man right there, Mason Greenwood, in the game. The full-time score at the end of the matchup, it ends here as it ends Sporting Laurentius 0, New Forest Vikings 2 at full-time. And then into Taloga, got themselves their first goal of the matchup. Coutinho cross it into Ericus Christius. Then the pass the ball there to Wilfred Zaha. And what a hit from Wilfred Zaha to put that ball right into the top corner. As now into Taloga lead by 1-0 in the game over Tyre Red Devils. And I've got to say there, great pass for the captain Coutinho all the way to Wilfred Zaha. Hits it in the crossbar, put it into the goal, rattled the crossbar though, and past the line, and it's now 1-0 to Inter Taloga in the game. And then Inter Taloga got themselves another goal in the matchup to make it 2-0 as James Rodriguez, a great pass there to Roman Tiari, and then Christus there to Wilfred Zaha once again, and Zaha puts the ball into the top corner, and that's 2 goals from Wilfred Zaha in the matchup here for this afternoon. Great pass all the way to Zaha, and he knocks it into the goal, and now it's 2-0. And then Inter Taloga make it 3 in the matchup. Coutinho, great pass there to Rodrigo De Paul. All the way to James Rodriguez here for Taloga. What a cross into the box, into Zaha's head. And now the score is the score now as Wilfred Zaha makes it a hat-trick in the game. And I cannot believe Inter Taloga demolished Tyre Red Devils, the current champions of the RegoLiga, as it ends at full-time, a hat-trick of Wilfred Zaha, 3-0 as the final whistle blows at full-time. And a great hold-up here from Southern Coast in the matchup, as a pass there to Johan Curtis, and Curtis scores as Southern Coast make it 1-0 away from home as Johan Cordius puts it into the goal, as now it is 1-0 to Southern Coast. And then Aldous Antlers got themselves a goal back in the matchup to make it 1-1 as Roberto Firmino, great run for him, took it all upon himself and he plunged that ball into the bottom corner, as now the Antlers are level against Southern Coast in the game here for this afternoon. And the full-time score at the end of the matchup here at the Antlers Stadium, it ends as Aldous Antlers 1, Southern Coast 1 at full-time. A nice little run here from Various Rex, 1v1 to the goalkeeper, had a shot, save right there for the goalie as Adnan Yanazai lost the ball control there, back to Pompey again as Rex slots the ball home, and now Los Andreas Pompey lead the game by 1-0 against Laurentis Grasshoppers, as now Pompey lead the game. Unbelievable finish though in the bottom corner, 1-0. And then however Laurentius Grasshoppers got themselves a goal back in the game, cross in there to Martin Agunas as Agunas for Grasshoppers put the game level in the matchup, and now it's 1 apiece between Laurentius Grasshoppers and Los Andreas Pompey. Header right there into the goal, and now it's 1 apiece in the match. The full-time score at the end of the matchup, it ends here as it ends Los Andreas Pompey 1, Laurentius Grasshoppers 1 at full-time. Nice little hold up here from Jordan here for Chess Motor Blue Warriors. A pass there to Marco Royce. Then Ivan Toney puts the ball right past of the goalkeeper right there of the Terriers, as now Coop Sota lead by 1-0 against Coop Sota Terriers in the matchup so far in the game. And then Chess Motor carried on fighting, and they did so well again as Ivan Toney, great pass there to Neymar. Neymar found a pass back to Ivan Toney, and Ivan Toney puts the ball into the bottom corner past the keeper of the Terriers, as now the score is 2-0 to Chess Motor Blue Warriors in the game so far. Within half an hour played, they've scored 2 already. And a free kick here for Coop Sota Terriers as Brummer right there takes it, hits it into the top corner, as Brummer right there gets a goal back for Coop Sota in the matchup. Still behind, but at least they've got a little bit of something though. And the score now is 2-1 in the game. And then however, Chess Motor Blue Warriors got another goal in the matchup as Marco Royce, nice hold up here for him. Great pass there to Ivan Toney, and then Toney hits it, save right there for the goalkeeper, and then Toney won the ball back again here for Chess Motor, and then Royce had a shot into the bottom corner, as now Chess Motor have now made it 3-1 in the game. What a finish right there from Marco Royce. He really took it upon himself to place that ball into the bottom corner, and now it's 3-1. The full-time score between Chess Motor Blue Warriors and Coop Sota Terriers, it ends as Chess Motor Blue Warriors 3, the Terriers 1 at full-time. A great hold up here from Gary Pomori there to Victor Oziene. Then Oziene places it into the bottom corner within the first 3 minutes in the game as a Nigerian striker makes it 1-0 to Greenfield Boys United, as Victor Oziene puts the ball past the keeper, Red Bull Fiorentina, and now it's 1-0. The full-time score between Greenfield and RB Fiorentina, the score at the end of the matchup is Greenfield 1, RB Fiorentina 0 as the full-time score here this afternoon. And then however, great run here from obviously for Ivergo Impact as Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang finds options. The pass the ball there to Lacazette. Lacazette there to Oscar. Oscar hits it into the top corner as Oscar makes it 1-0 to Ivergo Impact within 20 minutes in the game so far. The Brazilian attacking midfielder was brilliant right there for Ivergo, and it is 1-0 in the match. And then a great run here from Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Ran through here past all the defenders of Governor City, and he hits it right into the bottom corner as Aubameyang, the Gabonese striker, placed that ball through his laces into the goal, and now it is 2-0 to Ivergo. And then Aubameyang there, great run here, pass there to Lacazette in the second half, however, and another goal scored again to extend it now from 2-0 to 3-0 in the second half of the game. Lacazette scores, unbelievable finish right there from Lacazette, placed it nice and calmly in the bottom corner, and the full-time whistle blown at the end of the game here. It ends Ivergo Impact 3, Gotham City 0 as a full-time score here this afternoon. And a great hold up here from Laporte here for Parentos, all the way to Junior Firpo. Firpo lost control of the ball there to Nakajima right there for Tayo FC. And then Jerome Levi, what a finish right there in the bottom corner to place that ball through his laces into the goal there, as Nakajima won the ball here for the team of Tayo, and Tayo FC were not hesitant whatsoever to score from that angle, as Jerome Levi was the man who done it and took it upon himself, and he scored the goal to make it 1-0 to FC Tayo in the game. But Parentos, however, got themselves back in the matchup in the 85th minute, as Alan Saint-Maximin, great pass there to Devon Wilhelmus, there to Ray Gallus, and then Ray Gallus hits the ball in his weak foot into the bottom corner of the goal, as definitely that was a perfect finish right there for him to wrap up the game here for this afternoon. It ends here at full time. It ends as Parentos 1, Tayo FC 1 at full time.
Let's take a look at the rest of the results from Matchday 14 in the Konami RegoLiga. There were big wins across the league, including Wilhoven Knights' 4-2 victory over AFC Richmond, and a strong performance from Sesmoda Blue Warriors, who beat Kupsoda Terriers 3-1. We also saw a surprise result, as Intertolga defeated Tayo Red Devils 3-0, shaking up the title race. Those results leave Aldous Antlers at the top of the RegoLiga, with Greenfield Boys United and Sesmoda Blue Warriors right behind them. It's incredibly tight at the top, and every point now could make the difference in this season's championship race. At the other end of the table, Villager FC and Sporting Laurentius remain in trouble as the fight to avoid relegation continues. Vigo Impact versus Greenfield Boys United. And next week on RBC Sports, we have a huge fixture coming your way. It's Vigo Impact versus Greenfield Boys United, two of the league's strongest sides going head-to-head in what could be a defining moment in the RegoLiga season. That's all from us here on RBC Sports for Matchday 14. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week for more Konami RegoLiga action.